Many roads are covered, and we have you covered as you head out for your day. As you can see, we have 2 first alert units on the scenes and checking out the roads for you. We're taking suggestions of where you want to see how the conditions are. And we also have live looks with our city cams here. Good morning to you. I'm Dawn Davenport.
Yeah, I'm Neil Lawrence. Good to be with you here. So we do have some roads that are shut down, as Dawn mentioned, and we'll get right to that. But first, you want to know where it's snowing and what schools are closed.
Schools. Yeah, the school closings. Humphreys County, we've just added you to the map. The map here will pop up in just one
You just
second.
opened up every school.
This is called building tension. Oh, there we go. Humphreys County schools, you are now closed. If you are just waking up and tuning in News 2, we have added Montgomery County, Stewart, Houston, Humphreys, Dixon, Hickman, Murray, Williamson, Cheatham, Davidson, Rutherford, Franklin County, Tennessee schools. These are all school systems that have just called it. We also just added Simpson County, Kentucky County schools to the map. So here's the problem this morning. We got this band of snow showers that essentially stretches from Paducah, Kentucky, down through Cadiz, through Dover, through Wkrn, through Dixon, on into parts of Williamson County, especially Franklin, south towards Spring Hill and down around Columbia. And this band of snow is yielding an accumulation because it's so cold outside. Everything is able to stick fairly easily. So just some flurries around Davidson County right now, but down toward Bellevue, and once you cross over into western Williamson County and Dixon County, that snow's coming down pretty good, and it looks like we've got a little flare up of some more snow showers around parts of Nolensville. Look at these big flakes flying. Even though it is dark outside, you can clearly see the flakes in Dixon. This is our most impressive looking camera right now. That's the Alexander Chevrolet Buick GMC camera. And like I mentioned, temperatures are in the 20s, so all of these flakes are able to stick. It's only 26 right now in Nashville, and we may see this band of snow showers drift back in toward parts of Davidson County over the next hour or so. Scattered off and on snow showers in the forecast, especially this morning through midday, and then they'll thin out a little this afternoon, but up to 1 inch of new accumulation expected in spots as we make it through this morning.
All right. Thank you, Justin. Quick snow headlines for you. 5 a.m. As Justin mentioned, a lot of school closings within the past hour. Those will scroll at the bottom of your screen, but that includes metro schools, Williamson, Rutherford, Clarksville, Montgomery County schools, Cheatham, Murray, Hickman, Dixon County. All new closings from our overnight hours. Father Ryan, 2 hours late this morning. One major incident we are monitoring on the roads, 40 East, mile marker 164 between Dixon and Centerville. That's about 45 miles west of Nashville. We just heard from TDOT. They tell us they're out treating state and secondary roads and isolated spots on interstates. They are concerned about bridges and overpasses. We do have some slick ones out there, Neil.
All right. Dawn, we're going to get Traffic Tracker fired up a little early this morning. And real quick, thank you to viewer Ron Mullins, who pointed out something that 431 is actually Hillsborough Road and 31 is Franklin Pike over here on the south side. Thank you. We have an overturned vehicle. This is going to be the eastbound lanes, as Dawn mentioned there, where we are closed on 40. And then Murfreesboro Pike at Hamilton Church also closed right now as they get some salt working in that area. I think they opened it for about 10 seconds and then shut it back down. Before we could tell you that it was opened again, they closed it again. But we'll watch Traffic Tracker through the morning on the TDOT cameras. You know, you have some areas in downtown Nashville like this where the road is actually dry and fine and no problems. And there are some roads, including the interstates on the outskirts of town, where we have a pretty good slick covering at this point. One road in Antioch, a secondary, is Murfreesboro Road at Hamilton Church, right by the Walmart. If you know this area, Cherish is out there for us live. We got an ambulance stuck earlier this morning. They put chains on it, got it out of there, and then it's closed again now.
Morning, Cherish.
Yeah, even our News 2 truck was stuck actually right in this area. We had the generator on. That's how we were able to get out. We were nervous because if you can see right here, very steep hill. So we, again, luckily able to get out, but when we got here, there were several cars stuck all along this hill just trying to get up, but they slid on that ice. The ambulance, Neil mentioned, a patient inside. They were trying to figure out how to get another ambulance here to get that patient to the hospital. Ended up using chains, and you can see the tow truck in the distance trying to get one of the last cars that was stuck this morning. Tow truck right before we came here on air took 2 cars that were stuck. So it looks like they almost have all the cars clear, but there are still officers turning people around at each end of the hill right after Hamilton Church, right before Hamilton Church, depends on which way you're coming. So again, roads are still slick, even though the salt trucks, we've watched them go up and down the road several times, trying to make it safer for travel as we get later into the morning, because more people waking up, more cars going to be out. But right now, still very slick, so try to avoid this area. Neil, Dawn, back to you.
All right, Charles Lombard live there in the Antioch area. Had a lot of people write in and ask us about many of the roads in those areas. And, you know, it's hard to put kind of a blanket statement over all the secondaries, but that is at least what we're seeing in that area, a lot of ice.
The variety, the variance in the conditions is pretty amazing, which is why a lot of these school systems are shut down. So the live team coverage continues too with our News 2 First Alert units.
That's right, Jerry Barler and Armando Morales. Jerry here on the left side of your screen, Armando on the right. They're out checking road conditions. Jerry in Williamson County there, Armando covering the Interstate 24 corridor from Nashville down to Murfreesboro. Jerry Barler, let's pull up his picture full. And Jerry, you are out in Williamson County. What are you seeing?
Yeah, guys, this road, it may look like it's dry with the color of it, but this is actually snow covered, a lot of snow, and it's still coming down at a pretty good clip. And this is actually Highway 96. We are approaching the Franklin area. We drove out to Arno Road, turned around, and came back. And just solid snow and ice going towards Arno Road. It's broken up a little bit more going in towards Franklin. Probably been a little bit more traffic there this morning. But even on into Franklin, Highway 96 all the way into the square, a lot of snow on that road, and even all the side roads over in front of the courthouse, downtown, and others. And then we even noticed 65 south on beyond Highway 96 when we got off earlier. Quite a bit of snow still on the interstates down there. The traffic's picking up, so that may help a little bit to help thaw some of that and melt it off the roadways. But you can see here why Williamson County went ahead and made the call to go ahead and cancel those schools, because it is very heavy snow cover on the roadways and still coming down.
All right, Jerry Barler in the News 2 First Alert Unit. I think we get the message there. Yeah. So this is one of those mornings where we say if you can delay your personal commute, give the salt a little time and the brine underneath a little time to work on some of these trouble spots, it should be fine.
Yeah, there was some trouble spots on Interstate 440 in the overnight hours, multiple accidents there. Right around midnight on the 440 bridge over 65 in the Berry Hill area, crews even having to shut down the ramp from 65 north to 440 west for a short time. Not sure if anyone was hurt in any of these crashes, but obviously weather was the contributing factor here. TDOT crews were on the scene right away, helping to clear things up and trying to treat that section of the road. So we mentioned those bridges and overpasses. That's what we saw here in the Berry Hill area around midnight. Okay,
so show us the conditions where you are. You can email us pictures to pix@wkrn.com. Also, you can submit through the News 2 app. Just be part of the iReport 2 network. Paige Hill, by the way, is here with us in the studio. She's going to show some of the images that you've sent to us coming up in a little bit.